$60, done, finished game.
So what game are you working on, Austin?
No.
What, you're working on Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
2077?
Yeah. I have an inside.
Oh, you got the scoop?
I got an inside scoop.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
Called Inside Gaming Daily on YouTube.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Dude, I feel like every episode we've talked about Fallout 76 and the disaster that was, dude. Did you buy it? I hope you didn't buy it.
I didn't know. I bought Fallout New Vegas on a Steam sale once. I played like 5 minutes of it and I was like, this is not for me.
Oh, you didn't like New Vegas?
I couldn't get over when I bought it, it had been out for New Vegas is an old game, ain't it? How long has New Vegas been out?
New Vegas is pretty old. It's been I want to say it's 7 years old or maybe 8.
I think I bought it like 3 years ago. So it'd been out for like 4 or 5 years.
Well, it's funny because everyone likes New Vegas compared to
Fallout 3. I've heard that.
Over Fallout 4 because Fallout 4 to everyone was a complete downgrade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the storytelling of Fallout 4, they said that it wasn't as, it wasn't as good or as in depth as what Obsidian did with Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, like in terms of like options and
just
kind of dumbed down.
Pretty much, and I think one complaint I heard was there was one complaint saying that in Fallout New Vegas you felt like you could be anyone in that world, but in Fallout 4 you're just this deranged parent looking for their kid.
Yeah,
the whole time. That's kind of the story they set for you.
Oh, so it's not like a choose your. It wasn't as open ended as New Vegas. It was like here's your overarching story that you have to follow no matter what.
Yeah, that's how they did it.
Yeah,
apparently, dude. So Austin, man, what's up, dude? What you been up to, man?
What's going on, man? Nothing. All I do is work in school.
Well,
that's it.
So tell me about why are you still in school? Despite the fact that you want to start up a Domino's franchise, correct?
Yes, eventually. Yes,
eventually, meaning
some point. That's a plan for further on when I finish school this semester. At the end of this semester, I'm gonna fully switch into pizza mode, where I can start focusing on future plans with Domino's.
I mean, so I remember I've known you for a long time, and to me, you just never seemed like the guy who wanted to stay in food service for a while. But then you recently, last year, you told me, maybe 2 years ago, I don't know, you told me that you wanted to run a franchise or start a franchise. What made you have that decision change that quick?
I think what it was a combination of my first probably 3 years. I'm a fifth year senior, so my first 3 years of college, I really didn't work at all. It was towards the end of my third year of college that I started working more at the pizza store when I moved back home. And at that point, I hated it. I hated working in food because I was doing 16 to 18 hours of school every semester because I was trying to catch up from doing poorly my first 2 years. So I had to catch up. And so I was taking a whole bunch of extra hours and having to work on the weekends. I mean, there was 2 semesters where I was, Friday, I'd have an 8 a.m. survey lab. I have to be at UAB at 8 a.m., survey for 3 hours. Then I'd have an evening lab at 5 for concrete testing. I'd have that for 3 hours, get out of there at 8. Then I'd have to go close at the store till 12 o'clock and then wake up the next morning and be at work at 8 to work that day.
Yeah, isn't it funny? That's kind of the new that's the new American standard for college kids, in my opinion. It's full-time school, full-time work. If you don't, then you're not doing it right.
And I think that's how it should be. I mean, I don't know how it is in other majors, but that's how it is in engineering. There's not a person in my senior design class that I'm in right now that does not work while taking school. There's not a person I know. There's one girl that I know that does not work. That's it.
Are you talking about work related to engineering or just work in
period.
general?
Whether it's engineering related or just working to pay the bills, whatever it is. There's only one person in that class of, was that like 35 kids that are graduating this semester. That does not work. Everybody, 34 out of 35 work and go to school full time.
No, yeah, that's completely normal now. I don't think I know anybody personally who goes to school full time and doesn't work at least part time.
No, it doesn't make any sense. And I've gotten to the point now where I would not know what to do with that free time. I mean, I go to school 13 hours a week, set schedule with the school, and then I have to add in my 35 hours of work at the store, and then whatever extra hours I have to put in for my senior design stuff. So my free time is eliminated down to Tuesday evenings.
Yeah, that
Tuesday
sounds about right.
evening is when I have my free time, and that's it. And I don't know what I would do with extra free time beyond that at this point.
I don't know, man. My schedule's just been all over the place just because of the nature of the work I do. Like some weeks it's really slow, so all I gotta do is just sit on my ass, do school, and go to the gym. And then there's some weeks where it'll be ridiculous, where I have 3 mixes due, I gotta do a few shows, I gotta help this load out, and I gotta, do all that other stuff. The school. So I don't know. I just been kind of in this weird limbo right now where, I hate to say freelancer because freelancer just sounds like such an excuse. It sounds like a synonym for I'm unemployed, which technically I guess I'm unemployed technically.
Technically, yeah, I guess so. You don't work for a company, I guess. You don't have set hours. You freelance your talent out to people, whoever's willing to pay.
Yeah, they just give me calls and I just show up. The pay is great. It's just the problem is it's inconsistent. Like sometimes I'll get a gig where sometimes I'll get a mix where I get paid $500 and I don't get anything for a month. You know what I mean? But I got other things to help back it up too. Like I think I talked to you about this. I do a little bit of Airbnb. The audio work, it's like when it comes to mixing and live sound, those are 2 separate things I do on the side as well. But yeah, I just wanted to go into computer science because, one, it's more money, it's stable, and insurance. That's a big thing people don't think about.
Insurance?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense if you get on with a big company, they're going to offer you insurance.
Yeah, that's the thing. And, as much as I like the work I do, well, there's no benefits to it. It's just cold, hard cash. That's all it is.
That's a good point. But, I mean, do you think you don't make enough to where you could just pay for your own insurance?
I don't
is insurance a real huge issue for you right now at your age?
It's one of them. I'm thinking about it because you got to think about insurance and then, eventually, you got to live on your own place and then you're going to have to start either renting or pick up a mortgage, which I don't know if any of us are going to have a mortgage before 30.
Probably not. Hopefully not.
Maybe TJ.
TJ might, depending on how his
gambling goes.
Yeah, how that whole market goes. But the rest of us, no, probably not. We're not going to have a mortgage. I have been getting letters in the mail for home equity loans recently.
Oh, no.
For whatever reason. I don't know if it's like you hit a certain age and they start sending you that, but I've been getting a lot of home equity loan. They're
sending a 23-year-old man,
a newly 23-year-old, a whole bunch of home equity loan.
Well, because they're bunching you in with the lemmings that took out all these student loans.
Maybe, but if I took out a bunch of student loans, I don't know how dumb I would have to be to go, well, let me take out a loan for my house I do not have, but I may do it.
There are some people that's stupid, man.
I mean, I guess you're just trying to hedge your bets and go, well, it only cost me 2 cents to send this out. I'm going to send it out to the whole of whatever this county. And if I can get one guy who's going to commit to $100,000, it'll make up for it. Get one idiot in the whole county, it'll make up for this mail out. Sure.
That's what gets me about the whole Bernie Sanders campaign. It's my only problem. Well, one of my problems with him, right, is the fact that he's it's putting a focus on fixing an issue that's not the solution to the real problem.
What do you mean?
So people think the real problem is the fact that student loans are a problem, but they think free college is going to fix it. No, college is not the real thing. The big problem right now, in my opinion, is job displacement and career choice. Do you get what I'm saying? So even if your school is free, if you go major in English, right? Well, what are your opportunities? Realistically, you can teach
You can teach.
You could teach English. You could teach out of the country if you're lucky. Because I know somebody who did that.
That's probably pretty lucrative.
It's pretty good. But I mean,
your options are probably very limited, and the competition is probably up there.
Yeah, it just has to do with more. What am I trying to say? I'm just saying I don't think the solution is free college. I don't think that's a solution. It'll help, but that's not gonna solve anything or change people's habits. Now if they don't have a loan to go for school, well, if their debt is forgiven, basically, what's stopping them from going into debt for something else just because of spending habits? I don't know if I'm making sense. I sound pretty ignorant.
You're not wrong. Eliminating the cost of college is not going to eliminate the spending habits of a 20-year-old. That 20-year-old is still going to go out on a Friday night and get fast food and get a bunch of beer and get drunk, regardless if they have the student loan or not. They're still going to spend their money in a dumb manner, regardless of if they have a student loan or not, because they already are doing that with student loans. They're on a student loan. They're still going out and spend their money poorly. I
don't know if you could do this, but I heard of a friend who I'm not gonna say his name, but he spent his loan money on buying a car.
That's pretty smart. You spend loan money from one person on the loan for another thing. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the American way.
That's just a circle.
Did you know the college debt right now is 1.8 trillion?
Man, just wipe it. It'd be fine.
Yeah, just wipe it, dude.
I do agree with that, because apparently we can last up to $1.8 trillion and we're still kicking it.
I think credit card debt is like 1 trillion right now.
So that's the thing. So credit card you probably couldn't wipe, because that'd probably destroy the whole economy.
Dude, why not? That just sounds fun, dude.
But I feel like you could probably eliminate. You could just forgive the whole college debt, and I feel like we'll still be fine.
Well, you can forgive debt, but it's not going to solve the problem of, well, these people don't have a fucking job because they majored in something that is not going to get them a job, or they didn't hustle hard enough.
That's a good point.
Because I know of some engineering students who graduated and they're not doing these lucrative engineering jobs. They're factory workers.
Well, that's because they're lazy.
Yeah, that's true.
There is not a shortage for engineering positions out there right now.
Okay.
There is not a shortage.
So they're just fucking lazy.
If you want to work, you can find work.
Ooh, that's
it's
awesome.
a matter of your standards for what you think work is. The thing is, everybody wants to go in civil. In civil, everybody, the big ticket is Brassfield and Gorey, B&G. Everybody wants to work at B&G. It's the biggest company here in Birmingham. They have the most positions available. They do work across the whole country, right?
Are they contractors? Basically?
Yeah, okay. Basically. So, and they do all facets of civil engineering. Oh, they basically do all engineering. If you want something built, you go to B&G. They can do it all for you. They can build the whole entire building from the ground up.
So they have awesome.
So it's great. So for civil, that's the big ticket item. It's local. It's a huge company. If you don't want to live here, you can move to any of their branches across the country.
Yeah, I was about to ask if they had different divisions across the country.
So they got them all over the country. So that's the ticket. The thing is, you may not get B&G. You may have to settle for somebody lower and work your way up. But that's the thing is, a new graduate goes for B&G, doesn't get it, and then go, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah,
not really. There's a girl in my senior design class that she just got hired at a structural firm over in Atlanta. They have an office in Peachtree City, which is where my grandparents live. She got hired there 2 weeks ago. Just some small structural firm. They have like 15 people there.
Yeah.
But she went all the way over there, interviewed, and they gave her a job. It's not B&G, but it's a nice... It's a nice job, and it's in a nice area. It's over in Atlanta.
Peachtree's not bad. No. I mean, I drove there once for a gig, and
it's a very nice city.
Yeah, it seemed like a nice spot.
So, but it's like that. It's a matter of you have to look around and see like that. That's a very obscure job that she went out and found, but she found it, no problem. She interviewed, they gave it to her. There's no competition for her.
So that's good. There's a big demand for engineers. Still, I thought.
No shortage. There's no shortage.
I know my listeners or my friends are going to think I'm ignorant, which I am pretty ignorant. That's why I brought an engineering friend to probe at these questions, so y'all shut the fuck up. Yeah. I always thought nursing is one of those other fields that don't have...
No shortage.
No shortage. Just because people... apparently the turnover rate is insane for nurses.
Probably.
From what I heard,
That probably sounds right.
Yeah, because a lot of them have to work third shifts.
Yeah.
A lot of the new ones.
But you're working stupid hours as a nurse.
Yeah, you are. I mean, wow, one of my friend's wife, she had to work I think every other week she has to work a 36.
36?
Yeah, 30. This is what she told me. I don't know if this is true.
That's just churning people out. You can't do that for 30 years.
I mean, big respect to them because they're doctors who churn out just those insane rotations too. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's 36 hours way beyond the territory of stagehand workers. Stagehand workers, they crank out ridiculous work among the hours too. They might work less hours, but it's just straight hours of labor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, that's also another reason I kind of want a normal, hang on, I'm about to sneeze. Shit! Just a normal, what do I say? Just a stable, normal job, man. While I can do my side hustle on the side.
That's the ticket, stable and normal.
I think that's the real American dream.
But that's the real American dream. Everybody wants to be comfortable. You don't want to have to, like you're doing. I couldn't do what you're doing, freelancing, being inconsistent with my pay. I need stable work and a stable paycheck.
I do too.
I mean, I couldn't do that. The idea of a stable paycheck eliminates a lot of stress. Money brings a lot of stress.
It does.
And if you have a set amount, roughly every whatever month, 2 weeks, whatever you got, it eliminates a lot of stress.
Yeah, it does. And probably not being in debt helps too. I mean, have you taken out any student loans?
No.
Good. Me neither.
I'm not an idiot.
Be careful.
I know how to spend my money.
You might piss off some people by saying idiots because, look.
I mean, I get it. Some people aren't as good a situation as I understand that. And you have to go through school. I understand that. It's going to happen. There's the reason. I'm sure that's the real reason why they were there in the first place. Student loans is for not everybody has a bunch of money to throw at it.
The big problem with the student loans is the turnover rate in college.
Yeah,
right?
That's the problem.
Roughly, roughly 4 out of 10 won't graduate. So
that's the thing. I mean, my first, I went into college, had a full tuition at UA. I messed around my first 2 years, didn't take it seriously, and I lost my scholarship. If my dad wasn't where he was financially and hadn't prepared financially like he had, then I would just be working pizza. I wouldn't be doing college still. Or I'd take out a loan, which I probably wouldn't do because he wouldn't let me. So I'd probably be working right now instead of doing college.
But it's funny.
I get it
because you're still working and doing college.
But yeah, I'm still working regardless.
Yeah. Welcome to the new America, which nothing's wrong with that.
There's no free time, which it's fine with me because I don't need free time. I feel like I'd waste too much time. And like Tuesday, like I said, Tuesday nights is my free time. Tuesday nights, I drink some beer and I play some video games, and that's it. Go to bed. I
feel like when it comes to your 20s, and people have different opinions on this, 20s until you're 30 or mid 30s, it's just balls to the wall, to the grinder.
It should be. You have lots of energy. You don't have any responsibilities.
And the main thing is you can fuck up and you'll still have time.
Exactly. You can make mistakes right now, and it's going to suck right now, and you're going to think it's the worst thing ever, but I'm sure in 6 months it'll be fine. Yeah,
I mean, that's how I felt, dude. I mean, I'm 23. I'm back technically as a freshman for computer science, but I feel younger than ever. Yeah. I feel like I have a new lease, a new start on life.
Yeah.
I don't feel like, I don't know if people still think this way, but people did think this way. I don't feel like that quote unquote loser who's still in college, because I'm not. Because I mean, I just fucked up a bit. That's it.
How do you feel going? So, what level courses are you taking right now for computer science?
Right now, I'm just taking Cal 1 right now.
So, how does it make you feel when you're the oldest person in there?
I don't really care.
Roughly,
I don't care really.
You don't care
because mainly, there's a guy who's older than me in there, and he's I guess what's the correct term? Not retraining, I guess repurposing his education, or not repurposing. He wants a new job. There we go.
So he's going back to school to get a better job.
He was an environmental engineer for a bit, and he was traveling around the world in the country, but traveling after doing it for 8 years, he just said, you know what? I want to have something just at home. So he's back in school right now he's trying to go into public health so he could just get a stable job because his wife works in Birmingham. So he wants to just be at home more. So I don't feel that bad because the new freshmen, right? They're really a lot of, at least in the class I'm in, a lot of them are really smart. They're mature. I mean, they got a head on their shoulders. They're not sitting here trying to, fuck around, which is great, in my opinion. So I don't feel anything. I see him as an individual. I don't see it as like a 30-year-old still being in 5th grade, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't trying to say you're supposed to feel bad. Like I'm taking a physics 2 class right now, and I'm by far the oldest person in the room. I don't feel bad for it. I feel it gives me an edge, almost.
Yeah.
The class itself, it doesn't, because I suck at physics, and all those kids are smarter than me. But in the lab, I just destroy it
because it's practical.
I destroy that lab. And there's one kid in there, he's in my group, who he destroys it too. Me and him, same page on everything. There's labs, it's like a 2.5 hour session. We're out of there in 30 minutes. We're the first group that leaves every time, and we're out in 30 minutes every single week. And it's crazy because I think he's probably a sophomore. But he just destroys it. And of course, yesterday when I went to class, I saw him in the engineering study room working on some stuff, and I was like, yeah, man. I was like, yeah, you get that.
I mean, it's never, in my opinion, it's never too late to go back to school.
Not at all.
Long as you go back to school for the right thing. If you're going back to get a PhD in library management, you might be a little bit fucked there.
I mean, might as well. Why not? You're probably not doing anything else with your life. Who cares?
Jesus Christ.
You probably get your job to pay for it. Who cares?
Do you oh man, this is a weird segue, but do you and your dad still go to the track?
We don't have time anymore.
Okay.
We're short on on our management, so we don't have time anymore.
Okay.
But if we had, say, 2 more managers in the store, hell yeah.
So when did your dad start? Because I've known your dad for a while too, and your dad's been, in layman's terms, an avid gambler. How did he get you into it as well, to be interested in that kind of stuff? Because it seems like that's how you two bonded over gambling. It's just kind of funny.
It's not wrong. It's definitely how it's a great bonder between the two of us. I don't take it as seriously as he does. I like to go out and gamble, go to the casinos, go to the racetrack, spend some money, have some fun. But I grew up on it. We have our basement. You've been in there. In our basement, we have a poker table. We got a set of poker chips. Our poker chips we got from his dad. I don't know where he got them, but we got a set of poker chips.
Didn't you say
a poker table?
I hate to cut you out, but didn't you say that your dad's dad?
According to my father, the poker chips came from the evidence room of the police station my grandfather worked at.
That's interesting. That's all I say.
That's according to my father. Don't know if that's true or not. So we got a poker table and we got poker chips. So like once a month when I was growing up, he and his buddies would play poker in the basement, like on Saturday night. And they'd play from like 6 p.m. to like 2 or 3 a.m. And I would stay up the whole time, just doing whatever he wanted me to do. Either getting him some snacks, if pizza got delivered to the house, I'd run the pizza down to him, or I'd get him a drink, whatever it was. Or if he needed more money, I'd run him money down. Or if he needed some dip, I'd run him some dip down there. I'd stay up all night, as late as he would, just because I thought it was cool. And then at the end of the night, always at like the last like 2 or 3 hands, he'd bring me down there, let me play with his money and play a hand or two.
That's kind of
so
cool.
I grew up on that, and then he did that probably till I was 10 or 11. They were doing that like once a month, roughly. So I grew up on that for a long time, and then that kind of went away. And then when I turned, I don't know, probably 19 or 20, he started taking me to the dog track about 30 minutes away.
Now, didn't your dad, wasn't your dad for a while? He made a living off gambling. Didn't
Yes. When he was in college, that's what he did. I think right out of high school and probably his first 2 or 3 years of college, that was his income, was gambling. He'd go to poker houses and gamble.
Yeah, he told. I don't know if he was just because he was drunk, but he was talking about a story where somebody tried to run off with a buddy, and the dude got chopped with a cleaver.
Yeah.
Your dad said?
Yeah.
And
I think I remember him saying that. Yeah.
All I remember him
these were not nice. These was like houses back up in the woods with a whole, like 4 or 5 dudes with a whole lot of money, and they're strapping heat and knives, and they're gambling all night, drinking all night, gambling all night, and that's how they're making money.
That's funny. That's funny to think that places like that still exist, because that just seems so Western.
There's a game down the road.
Really?
Yeah, there's a game every Tuesday night down the road, down that way. If you take a left out of this neighborhood and you go down a couple houses, there's a game every Tuesday night.
You think they chop each other up too?
I don't know if it's that much because we're in the suburbs.
Oh, well, you never know,
We
dude.
are kind of out nowhere somewhat. I mean, over there, it's probably, that's probably county land, not city, so it's probably fine. If somebody got killed over there, it's county. Who cares?
Yeah, I've heard some gunshots over there.
Yeah, it's county. Who
morning.
cares? Over by my house, the funny thing is at my house, across the street, those people across the street.
Oh, the people we
they're
stole
city.
firewood from?
They're city.
They're city?
They're city. We're county.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. If you come up the driveway, we're county. So if you call the police, we're getting county. Down the road, that's city.
That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Imagine the murder laws were different between city and county.
That'd be wonderful. That'd just be wonderful.
Didn't you steal firewood from there one time? You
mean we?
No, I just watched you, dude.
No. But you spotted. So don't say like I stole the firewood. You spotted me. So yes, we stole firewood.
Yes, we stole fire. I remember that, dude.
Yes,
Was it on the 4th of July?
I don't know when it was. It may have been.
I remember there was one night where we stole firewood, and then we also for some reason threw fireworks into the lime plant.
It had to be. I don't think that was the same night though, because the when we threw fireworks in the lime plant, that was the 4th. I think the firewood was just we were hanging out one night and we wanted to steal a fire.
So we just took
the neighbor's firewood.
Fire. That's hilarious.
But yeah, the throwing the fireworks in the quarry was definitely 4th of July.
That was so stupid. Who was there with us? It was Tony, TJ. It was Sean.
Yeah.
Was it Daniel there too?
I don't know if Daniel was chilling with us at the time. I don't know if he did that. I don't know if he was there.
I don't know. That's so stupid, dude.
I don't know. We did that, and then TJ blew up his ex-girlfriend's teddy bear.
No, it was a giraffe, dude.
Or was it a giraffe?
Yeah, I remember, dude. He just
shoved a mortar up its ass and blew it up.
I remember that, dude. Didn't he shove more than one in there? I think he shoved one of those like triple breaks in there. You know, where they shoot one, it pops, then it keeps going, it pops another, and keeps going, pops another. God,
he may have put like a double or triple break in there.
He was so petty, dude. He even sent that video.
He sent it to her.
Oh, yeah.
Or
dude.
he put it on his Instagram or something.
Yeah. Because I remember him talking about the other day that she got mad at it or whatever.
Yeah.
Why was he mad at her again?
I don't know. I would think he was probably mad somewhat, but he didn't come across as that because I don't think he wanted to in front of us.
I feel like...
But I think it's just because they just recently broke up.
I think it was over someone being unloyal.
I think it could also have been that.
Yeah.
Somebody could have been unfaithful. Whether it's him or her, who knows at this point.
I don't know, dude.
There's no telling.
I still feel like Tony's a little beat up over that. Weird thing is I ran into her and the new boyfriend the other day. When I got off
still
work.
with that one?
Yeah, that one. He's still yeah. So it's a little bit
good for them.
It's a little bit weird because I don't know. It's weird when you know somebody for a while because I've known him for a while as well. It's weird when you know someone, and then they do something that you in your moral book say, "Hey, that's no good."
Look, man, he's just trying to get some. You know, he's just trying to get some.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Was it right? No, not in my book either. It's not great. It's more, that is 100% something you would do in high school. I did that in high school. I did what he did in high school, though.
You cheated?
No, I didn't cheat. I did what that guy did.
Oh, okay.
Was I started talking with somebody else while they were in a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
And it just so happened it ended up in my favor, but also it was high school. It doesn't matter. It's high school.
That's crazy, man. People.
But of course, that's to say, I mean, it's college. Does that make it any, like it's a more meaningful relationship? I don't know.
Here's my opinion about, dating, because I've been seeing a lot of people proposing and they're about to get married. I don't think anybody knows who the fuck they are until at least 30. And that's a stretch. That's my opinion. Because some people, look, in my opinion, your mind is still developing. You still have a lot of life to go through. What have you accomplished at 18 and early 20s? You just got out of high school, you just got out of college, and you might have your first job. You haven't been through life yet to know who you are. And when you involve another person, they don't know who they are either. I mean, that's my opinion on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you don't know who you are, but that's another thing with the relationship is that you're supposed to both grow together.
I mean, yeah.
It just depends on how you look at a relationship. I mean, some people would rather grow with somebody that they love. They'd grow together into this person, or some would like to go, well, this is who I am. This is who you are. Let's go together.
Yeah, I don't
it just depends. I mean, everybody has their own opinion on it.
Right.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think anybody else is wrong.
I don't think they're wrong. It's just, that's just so risky because, I mean, you know what the divorce rate is. It's like 50%.
I don't know.
It's 50% divorce. So one out of every 2 marriages is just going to fall flat on its face.
Yeah.
It's not work. And then someone loses money, and then someone's mentally destroyed for the rest of their life.
Yeah. That's what therapists are for. That's what they're there for. They need a job, so Yeah,
well, just give
somebody's got to pay for that.
Just like divorce lawyers
for that 10 years of education.
Because I got a friend up in New York. He's been dating this girl since for 7 years, since they were in high school, and I don't know. It might work because I mean, there's plenty of people who've been in a relationship for a long time, and they could state it. But there's plenty that just kind of fall flat on their ass. Just because, the amount of growth in life you go through from out of high school and into 25, it's a lot, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. The person I was at 18 versus just the person I was at 20 is a huge difference.
Yeah.
And then 20 to now is a huge difference again.
Yeah, dude. Man.
It's crazy, yeah. 18 to 20 was a big time for me.
And you also got to be afraid that, I'm not saying only women are evil. Of course, there's some shitty men, but there's some women who just want a wedding, and there's very few who want a marriage.
You're probably not wrong. I don't know.
Because, I mean, women are so weird about it, right? I mean, especially when it comes to their friends, women have a weird way of beating each other up, okay? Look, when it comes to guys, we get mad at each other. We choke slam each other, beat the shit out of each other. Next day, it's good. We're good.
Beat the shit out of them, then you move on.
Yeah, women don't do that. They don't claw each other's eyes out and then call it good the next day. They try to destroy each other socially because a lot of their self-esteem is based off approval. Look, I sound so sexist right now. Yep. Someone's gonna clip this shit. I'm gonna be the next
let you keep going
viral guy on Facebook. But yeah, I mean, where was I going with this?
I have no clue.
This is happening.
I'm just gonna let you keep going on this sexist rant.
All right,
somebody's gonna clip.
You know what? Let's get off.
Look at the true on. Look at him.
That's what I think about, dude. If someone's gonna run into my podcast, because this is the 13th episode, and each episode runs about at least an hour. Some have run about 3.5. So I'm pretty sure I've slipped up saying some things.
100%. Yes, you have.
Yeah. Well,
I've listened to I think I've listened to the last 4 or 5 roughly, somewhat.
Oh, you actually listened that much?
Well,
I can't listen to myself that long.
I probably won't listen to this, but like 2 minutes whenever it goes up, because I don't like the sound of my own voice. Of course, everybody doesn't.
Nobody does.
I won't even watch my own video for my senior design group.
Oh,
everybody records. So we record it And then the idea is you're supposed to watch it back. I don't watch it back.
Dude, what do you do for your senior design?
So senior design for civil engineering is the best thing in the world. And if you can't find my sarcasm, it is there.
Yo, because before you go on, because I've heard, because people have told me that some senior designs, especially from biomedical engineers, it's literally a wheelchair with an umbrella on top.
Ours isn't as dumb as all the other engineering. So the thing, what I learned actually last Friday was, I don't know if this is true. I think it's true. Was that all the other engineering, biomedical, mechanical, electrical, they spend a whole year on senior design. Civil only spends a semester.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So for example, somebody has a friend in mechanical and they're doing it, and their example, they spend a year on it, and they spend a semester designing it, and they spend a semester building it. They actually build something.
Oh,
so they designed and built the thing that, like, if you're a janitor, right, and say you're disabled and you needed help with mopping, you know, when you this is hard to explain with words. When you're mopping and the part where you squeeze it and it gets all your water out, right?
So a ringer.
A ringer, yes.
Yes.
They designed a ringer, an automatic ringer for disabled people. So there's two things here I want to say. First thing is, who hires a person as a janitor who needs an automatic ringer?
Dude, watch out, dude. You might get this clipped and then get the show shut down, dude.
That's the first point I'm making there. Why hire a janitor who needs an automatic ringer? Second is, so they spend a year doing all that, right? They actually design and build it. Civil, you spend 6 months and you have to design and build and schedule an entire structure. So for our senior design, it changes every semester. Our senior design, we have to build a parking deck that's 4 to 5 levels. It can hold roughly 700 vehicles. And it has room for retail on the bottom and academic on top. We have to design, plan, and schedule all that in a semester. It's awful. It's the worst thing in the world.
Yo, you know what seems really cool though in the realm of civil engineering? Demolition. Did you see how they brought down the bridge on 59?
No, I didn't. So here's the thing. So demolition is part of our stuff. You know how much demolition takes up in our schedule?
0.
Like 2 weeks. And then that's it.
Dang.
We're done. You know how much it costs? Demolition costs like $100,000. And we're done. $100,000 out of 19 million. Yeah. So I can't. So yeah, there at this point there is no cool stuff about the plan anymore. It's just like you got to keep rolling. You got to go. All right, you got to demo everything. Then you got to set up your site. Then you got to start moving in your cranes. And then you can start moving in all your equipment.
What you mean? I just can't keep demoing buildings?
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's the thing. I don't even get to demo a building. You know what I'm demoing?
What are you demoing?
Trees and asphalt curbs. That's it. Yeah, it's a flat lot. It's an existing parking lot that has curbs and trees. I get to take those. I demo that, and then I'm ready to roll. So it's easy in terms of that, but it's just like
I'm talking about things that need explosives.
Oh, they probably won't let us ever do that.
Big shame.
They probably wouldn't let a senior design group design for that. That's probably pretty complicated for your scheduling.
Imagine trusting a 22-year-old with roughly 40 pounds of explosives.
That's the thing, though. That's also another thing is like my sisters, they keep asking me about it. Like, so at the end of the semester, they choose the best one and they're going to implement that. I was like, we're 22 years old and we don't have any engineering experience. They will not be choosing ours to actually use. They will throw that in the trash and then go to an actual company for that. Because it actually is a project that UAB is doing, is this parking deck that we're doing. So they're like, the professor at the very beginning was like, 1 year somebody said, this is actually a pretty good design. We may use this. And he made the comment was like, these kids are 22. They're dumb. They don't know what they're doing. Don't use that.
He made that comment?
He made that comment. He's like, somebody actually said this was a good design one semester. And then he followed up was like, I made sure to tell them these kids are dumb. They don't know what they're doing. Do not use this because legally you will be screwed.
Well, yeah, and then comes to who owns the IP.
That's the other thing is that's the topic. Like every other meeting that we have is like, just imagine, guys, if they choose this, we can actually get paid for the work we're doing. Because right now we're not getting paid.
Wait, you said you would get paid or you wouldn't?
Well, that's our hope. We hope.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think it would be like, well, since you're a student at UAB, all IP goes to UAB.
I think that's what they would do.
Because of something you signed at 5-6 years ago.
Yo, that would be something like, because you made this patent on UAB premise, it's not yours.
Yeah, exactly.
I know when it comes to the music department, it's really fucking stupid, right? So if you make a hit, right? If you make, for some reason, you're able to make a big hit, like Lil Wayne goes by, takes it, just like, that makes quadruple platinum or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you said, I made it at the UAB lab. Well, guess what?
Oh.
$50 million lawsuit industry is going to come after you, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure that's just legal hell.
It is, dude. Because I heard this story. Legend goes that somebody actually mixed a Grammy record illegally on UAB. That's just legend. Yeah. The head of the department knows about this, but he let him go because he thinks the system's bullshit too.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it is and it isn't, I guess, in terms of...
Because here's the thing. Technically, what that counts as is you're using somebody else's equipment that you didn't pay for.
Yep.
And you're not paying for.
That's exactly
right. And now you're making money.
And you're making money off of it. I mean, that's a good point. From our standpoint, it's illegal. It's all legal. It's all legal for civil. If that building falls down, somebody's liable. It's a matter of who is.
How long?
So it's kind of like the professor saying, "Don't use our design because we're dumbasses." Because if that building falls down, then who's liable at that point? UAB or some 22-year-old kid who just took a still design course?
Dude, they're gonna go after UAB. That 22-year-old has nothing but $50,000 in debt.
Exactly. He's got a $20 gift card to Chipotle, and he's got like $50 on him. That's
Chipotle's good. I haven't been there in a minute, dude.
It's good.
It's good. I get that. There's one place, dude. They load my bowl up, dude. I just say, give me everything except for medium salsa. So that's the best
thing to do. So what I found is if you order online, they load your stuff up like crazy. If you're there in person, they'll kind of go through it quick because they want you in and out quick. But if you do your order online, they load you up like crazy.
I didn't know that.
Pro tip
for
a fat burrito bowl.
Oh, man. So, did you figure out how much it's going to cost to start your franchise yet?
Not at all.
Not at all?
I have no idea how much it costs because that's not even a thought right now. Like I said before, right now I'm managing 4 days a week, and the rest of my time spent with school. So most of my time spent senior design and trying to pass all my classes. I don't have time to think about, I have to start saving money for this. That'll come here in April when I'm done and I can fully switch, because right now I have no clue.
So once you graduate, how long is that degree going to be relevant? Because as far as I know, when it comes to STEM fields, they're changing constantly. And even the people, hang on a second, even the people who are working in the field, they're constantly retraining. So that's something I think of is, how long can your degree sit there before it basically becomes something you cannot use anymore because the industry has moved on?
I'm not sure on the time frame, but there is a possibility. I mean, I have to take my fundamental exam this semester, and then in order to be a practicing engineer, I have to take a PE. So in theory, I can keep myself up to date and take PEs to renew my license every so often, however long they last. And I can keep my degree and working forever. If I want to make the effort to go, all right, let me look at some stuff, refresh my memory, and renew my license, I can go forever.
Okay, so that's how it works.
Yeah,
cool.
You have to renew your license. You have to retake the test and renew it, and then you're good forever. How long it lasts, I don't know how long it lasts.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the software to program world, because that feels
that's the difference. Is like with ours, it's set in stone. This is how you design a steel beam until my steel professor mentioned this last week. We did. It was like the 90s. A structure fell, and up to that point, nobody designed for this one thing because nobody knew about it until it failed. After it failed, we started designing for it. So in theory, civil engineering is a lot like that. It's going to be this way until something messes up, and then you discover that something else has changed, and then you just adjust. But other than that, it's all set in stone. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. There's no wiggle room. The only thing is with engineering is how comfortable you are with your numbers and how conservative you want to be. Like, how safe do you want to be on when you're designing stuff? Other than that, the method is all the same. It's just a matter of how far you're willing to go.
That makes me wonder, how confident do you have to be, man, as an engineer to just be contracted?
Extremely.
Because, I mean,
the thing is,
they're not going to hire 5 to cross check each other sometimes.
No, you have to be extremely confident in what you put out. Because the other thing is, if you're wrong, you are liable.
Yeah.
You are putting your stamp of approval on those plans that you put out, like saying, well, this could hold this much weight. And when it doesn't, you're on the ropes. You're the one going to prison because you killed somebody.
I heard about something like that happening at an amusement park, where the engineer, the guy who was contracted to work on some of the rides, they weren't good. Let's just say that they weren't really exactly the safest things, and because somebody actually died, on that ride. So
yeah, they go to if they can't prove to the court that they are not wrong, then they go to jail. They go to prison.
That sounds fun. That's probably why so many people are just pre-med. Well, they're liable too.
Yeah, it's a different kind, but yeah. It's not a different kind. It's just less people. Yeah, you're killing one person there, and then hopefully that stops you. Whereas I can kill 1,000 people in one go, or a million, depending on however big my structure is. I can kill a whole bunch.
Catastrophe, dude.
Yeah, I can kill a whole bunch of people all at once.
So this is a weird segue into the next subject. We're talking about killing people, and now we're going to talk about the viability of liberal arts such as English and history in the college environment.
Connected, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because those are completely connected. I'm about to pull Alex Jones and connect these.
Oh God!
Together.
Start talking about the frogs.
He was on the Joe Rogan podcast recently. It was hilarious.
Was he? No, the liberal art.
Yeah, we were talking about. Sorry about that, cut off listeners, but basically the relevance of. It's the same question as do you see a value of subjects such as English or history still being taught?
No, not at all.
Are you sure?
I think they're fine for like if you want to do like a history minor or English minor because you have an interest in it. But as a major, no, unless it's this major is history, teaching English, teaching whatever it is.
Well, because that's all you can do.
Because other than that, I don't need you to be a major in history unless you're teaching it. There's no point, in my opinion. I mean,
I agree.
There's no point, in my opinion.
I agree because I think, well, yes, those two are valuable. People will argue that. Yes, we're not arguing that it's not valuable.
Not at all. You need those things in order for society to be good. You need those things in order for society to progress. You need those things.
The value of looking back and saying, hey, Hitler was a bad dude. We shouldn't do that again. That's valuable.
But to spend 4+ years learning about history and then not teaching that seems extremely pointless. Regardless of how interested you are in it, I don't care. It's pointless.
Dude, especially in today's atmosphere, dude, in the sense of everything's on the fucking internet.
That's the other thing too.
You can get information for free.
I don't think that's a valid argument though. If you don't want to learn about it, you're not going to look it up. But if you don't know about it, you're not going to look it up.
But it's still there. It's just no one can monetize it.
It's there, but nobody cares. How often are you looking up history?
Let me say this.
How often are you looking up English rules? Let me say this. Grammar rules.
I want someone who's curious to look up these things. I'm in a history class right now just to get rid of a gen ed course, and I can tell you roughly 60% of that class falls asleep.
Well, yeah, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. But here's what I'm saying. Is it even worth having in a college environment where people don't give a shit about it, even if you're shoving it out of their throat? Or you just have it there for someone who's curious, who really wants to learn about it.
I see what you're saying. I think as a...
Also point the mic towards your mouth.
As a prereq, I feel like having... I think most colleges do 2. You have to take 2 classes of whatever, like history, English, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think you could reduce that to 1. Because 2 is kind of excessive, in my opinion. If you don't care about the first history, you're not going to care about the second history.
Yeah. Dude.
So you might as well just stop it at 1. You get some, very broad, general history course, and then you move on.
It should be like that. I don't think they should offer, well, here, I'm going to get some
The other thing is, like when I took my history, you had so many options on your time frames and what kind of history. You had like U.S. history. You had U.S. history from like 1776 to present. Then you had U.S. history from 1776 to pre that, and then you had like world history. Then you had like other countries' history. And I was like, there's no point in having these classes as a gen ed requirement. There's no point in me choosing these at all.
Nah, I completely, I agree with that.
I would think you go, if you just do I don't know, it'd be kind of hard to do a broad history, but I mean, you could go just a U.S. history if you wanted to in the U.S., or if you still want to do 2, you could do U.S. history then world history and try to do that. That way you can get a better idea of some stuff. But I mean, it's just, I don't think it's required when you go U.S. history till 1776 and do U.S. history 1776 to present. It's like, I don't care. I didn't care the first time around. Well, I didn't care the first 12 years I was in high school.
Well, you know why they do that, right?
Regular school.
I mean, it's the only way they generate revenue.
Yeah.
Private.
Somebody has to pay them to do something.
Right. Oh, I know I'm bitching about the mic, but back it off just an inch.
Right there.
You can back the mic up a bit if you need to, because it's catching all of your like that.
Right there.
Yeah, that's good. That's better.
We'll try that. Okay.
We'll try that, but that's fine.
But yeah, somebody has to pay them to do something. I get it.
Look, here's the thing that boggles my mind, and this one I'll get shit over too, is I don't think they should be teaching algebra or pre-algebra in college. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I agree with that. I think that is ridiculous. That's like a 8th or 9th grade level course.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Some schools are shit. I get it. But to offer that kind of math at an institution where this is where you're supposed to train for your career. This is where you're supposed to train to be a fucking adult. And you sit here, you still can't figure out how to figure out X. X plus 2 equals 15. What is X?
Yeah, you're spending $7,000 a semester, and you don't know what X plus 2 equals 15. What is X equal?
Maybe this is why so many people are in debt.
That's a good point.
Because they don't know algebra.
Yeah. They can't figure out their bank statements. They don't know what that means when it says minus or plus.
Look, it says my balance is $1,900.
Yeah.
Wow, I got $1,900 to spend, right?
I can go to Chipotle every single day. Yay.
God.
And then they're broke in a week. So, no, that's a good point. I don't think you should have that level of math. I think
if it's that low level of math, don't fucking teach it. That's my opinion.
You shouldn't be allowed in. I mean, they do have math placement tests when you come in.
My thing is, look, if you're not...
But they do go like, oh, well, you need algebra 1.
Once you're in college, in my opinion, I think the lowest should be pre-cal. That's it. None of this analytical math bullshit. None of this addition 101. None of this pre-algebra or algebra shit.
Well, then you get into the whole argument. You have to change your whole system. Because right now, I mean, that pre-cal is like almost the highest for most other majors outside of engineering.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like, and for engineering, the basic minimum is calculus 1. I mean, like for my sister, she's doing psych right now. I mean, like, I think the highest she has to go is pre-cal. And that's it. That's all she has to do is pre-cal. I'm like, this is the easiest thing in the world. I had to do 6 different math courses just for engineering. Just math. not like engineering stuff, math.
Look, my argument is like I can already see people clipping this saying, but some people are like artists. If you're an artist, be an artist. I'm not arguing shitting on you. I'm saying things like that low level math should not be put in a college environment because it's fucking useless at that point. If you're trying to be an English teacher, go balls into English. Like, do not throw in all this other unnecessary bullshit that is not related to your field. Maybe that's what I'm arguing for. A reform of the whole college system, dude. Because, I mean, it's got the college, it's a bubble that's going to burst eventually. Like the housing market. I mean, the price of college has fucking doubled in the past, 20 years? Something like that? On what? Administrative positions?
Yeah, I highly doubt there's been a huge increase in the quality of the education that we're receiving.
No, and that money is not going towards professors, faculty, or, I don't give a shit about student life, but I'm going to throw it in there, or towards the students, Oh,
100%. Just at UAB alone that we know, there is 0 student parking. Right now, we're designing a parking deck that UAB is wanting to do because we have 0 parking. The thing is, UAB does not want student parking.
Well, because they want more people to stay on campus. They're trying to turn it into
their justification for no parking on campus is a more sustainable environment for Birmingham.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah.
What are they trying to do?
They want you to...
Are they trying to reduce emissions or something? Because that's not going to change.
It's sustainable. They want it to be no cars. They want you to bike, bus, and ride share.
Good fucking luck. School. Good fucking luck. My great grandchildren have to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing is, that's the funny thing about our senior design is we're designing a parking deck that we will never see. We will never see. And then in the future, they're going to get rid of. That's the plan, is in the future, they're going to get rid of the parking deck and make it all academic. They want 0 parking on campus.
I just feel like what they're trying...
They don't care. They want money and that's it.
When people... Well, yeah, it's nothing wrong with capitalism.
It's a money-making business. That's what it is.
That's all it is. Nothing wrong with that. But I feel like people who think of these ideas or who come up with these ideas are the same kind of people saying, I just want this and that, and they don't do any fucking work behind it. Or don't think. They just say, we want this, and we want it now. Kind of like, what am I going to compare it to? Shareholders in big video game companies or publishers? Yes. They want it, and they want it now. They don't care how it's done, and they don't need to know how it's done because they got the money, and they want that.
That's a good point, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, you want that. You want it right then and there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how you'd fix such a broken system like college at this point.
You'd have to get rid of the whole thing and start new, which I don't know how you could do now. At this point, everything is so, I don't know, it's just been so long. Everything's rooted in one way.
I mean, the good thing is the new generation, they're aware of the bullshit. They've seen the failure.
They are. That's a good point.
They've seen the failure of the previous generation say, nah, I don't want to be like you.
Yeah.
You keep your $30,000 in debt.
It's just a matter of, are they going to take the initiative now?
They might. They're bright.
Let's hope so. Our generation's screwed.
I don't know. Some people...
Mine and yours age group's screwed.
Some people argue that we're part of Gen Z or whatever. I don't think we're Gen Z or millennial. I just think we're just some people who fell in the cracks. That's the way I see it.
That's definitely how we feel.
I don't feel that way.
I mean, we're just kind of in limbo. We're like, all right, we're just here doing whatever. Trying to figure stuff out.
Is it even worth trying to help save the world, though? Think about it.
Probably not.
No, it's not.
Probably not.
Your life is so short. You only have so much time to live. Just do what you can.
Just do what you can. Do you.
Yeah, you do you.
Yeah. That wouldn't be bad.
Oh, boy. Speaking of politics, man, I'm scared about this next election.
Oh, yeah.
Not because of Trump.
2020.
Because the main attitude, right, is they call it the pendulum theory, where if you pull a pendulum out the further one direction, it's going to just recoil back the other way. So what I've noticed over the past couple of years, ever since Trump got elected, was people are kind of demonizing the other side. the idea of having an intellectual conversation or discussion with someone else who has different beliefs from you is that I feel like that's kind of gone away a little bit, and I just feel like they just think they're both the extreme. For example, when conservatives think of liberals, they think, oh, look at these fucking pot smoking meth head hippies that just want free shit, and then when liberals think of conservatives, they think, oh, look at Cletus over there fucking a goat, that kind of deal. When really it's more people are towards the middle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's definitely a vocal minority that's on the extreme. I think you're right in that.
On both sides. And I just hope that goes away. I don't think it'll go away next election. I think there's a lot of animosity just in the political environment and the social environment as well. And I don't think that's going to go away within the next election. It's just going to continually be demonizing each other.
Yeah, I think this next election, it's going to come to a head. We're either going to embrace Trump for another 4 years, or we're going to go a different direction. If either way, it's going to come to a head on both sides, either liberals or conservatives. It's going to come to a head on that election.
Look,
it's gonna burst. It's going to be hectic.
Both sides.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's a lot going on. I feel like both sides, right? They're going to both networks. Let's say that all the fucking lemmings watch Fox and CNN.
Fox and CNN, yes.
Right. Those networks are pushing out candidates that are very extreme and against the other side. When there are some candidates who are more towards the middle, but they're not getting that much coverage.
Which means they won't win. That's what sells. I mean, that's the other thing too, is that the news companies are pushing the extremists because that's what gets views. And by doing so, that's what they're selling to the American people is extremists.
Right.
And so these people that are lesser known and are more normal or conservative, not as extreme, they're not going to win because they don't get the coverage, because those people don't sell clicks or views or whatever it is that their news companies are selling. So, and that's the only way we're getting our information is these new companies. I mean, on my Twitter, all I follow is CNN. That's all I follow for my news, just because it's funny. That's it. Just because it's funny. Well, half the time I'll say a third of the time it's just BS articles. Another third of the time it's somewhat interesting articles, and the other third it's bashing Trump. That's it. That's all we got on CNN, day in and day out. That's it.
Well, because I think a lot of major news outlets or companies, they got to battle this thing called the internet now, where you could have anyone just say what they want and have a podcast because they're not influenced by shareholders, nothing. It's just them. So they're trying to battle that. And how do you battle that? Well, you start doing clickbait.
Yeah. But the other thing is, if I don't want to know something, I don't know it. Like, if I don't want to know about liberals, I don't look it up. If I don't want to know about conservatives, I don't look it up.
So here
I can very detailed oriented how I receive my information. Just like that. Just like I said on Twitter, all I got is CNN. If I just wanted Fox, I just follow Fox.
So let me ask this question. I get that
side of the story.
Do you think that people would be more calm if nobody had Facebook or Twitter?
Yes.
100%. Then I think nobody would think there was any problems at all.
It
wouldn't be as extreme. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If people disconnected themselves from the internet and from TV, and they lived out in the middle of nowhere,
then we get into the argument of Facebook and Twitter open your eyes to the problems that are in the world, but are they showing it too extreme? Is it that extreme to what they're showing? Is it, or is it not? I don't know.
It might be.
That's how I'm consuming my information. Facebook and Twitter. Is it really that extreme? I don't know.
It might not be that extreme. It's just smoke and mirrors.
Don't know.
Just to get an idea of what everyone's thinking or what the dumbasses on Facebook, how they react. You've heard Covington High School. When that story first came out, did you see the comment section?
Wait, Covington is which one was that?
The story about the kid in the MAGA hat.
Oh, okay, yes.
grinning at the Native American Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
That's how the story first came out.
Yeah.
But that was the initial story. And you saw how people reacted. People just went off like that. They didn't. Nobody does due diligence. And nobody looks into these stories any deeper. I feel like people just look for some shit to get mad at.
Yeah.
And then the real story comes out saying, oh, this dude is grinning because behind this Native American guy is 4 black extreme Muslims telling these kids to go suck a dick and all faggots will go burn in hell.
Gotta love it.
So that's why the kid was just sitting there. Was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So.
And so now you get that with Jussie Smollett?
Jussie Smollett?
Jussie Smollett, the Empire actor. Same thing happened there. Comes out, he gets attacked by 2 guys wearing mega hats in the middle of the night.
In Chicago.
And everybody freaks out. Politicians, news outlets, they all come to his aid going, this is awful, this is awful. Now it comes out, the Chicago police do an investigation where, well, he may have hired them to do that in order to stage a stunt. Oh, well, now everybody's real quiet.
Yeah.
Now everybody's like, nobody, radio silence, nobody says anything. Now that he could have just staged that. Of course, now it's under investigation, but that's the crazy thing. It's instant reaction. Nobody thinks. It's whatever you feel at the instant. That's it.
I think people just have anxiety, dude. They're just like, or their
Well,
lives.
if they're not first, they're not there. That's what it is. If they're not the first person to say something, then it doesn't matter.
No, I'm just saying, people's,
No longer
people's
relevant.
knee-jerk reaction towards everything.
Yeah.
It just, either their life is so fucking good, they have nothing to do, and they just want to get mad at something, or we have a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Where social media and internet has basically sprung up everyone's brain to move too fast instead of sitting down and processing, hey, what's going on here? Let's go deeper. The reason I bring this up is because I feel sorry for the actual real journalists, the field journalists, the ones who get shot up in Iraq. Those journalists.
Oh, do they still exist now?
I think they're still alive.
I don't know. I have no clue.
I'll talk
Nobody
about
reports on anything like that anymore.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's all about politics.
Because
who even knows? I don't even know what's going on over there.
That is a good point. When's the last thing you heard about anything outside of America?
Some Brexit stuff a couple weeks ago when HBO came out with their documentary thing.
With their special.
Their
comedy special.
North Korea last week. And then I think that was it. Beyond that, I don't know. Get the ISIS girl trying to come back to the U.S.
Oh, I found that so hilarious,
That
dude.
was great.
God.
That's wonderful.
Yo,
I remember when that happened, however many years ago, I heard that on the radio. I was like, holy crap. And she's from Hoover. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, you know why.
And then now that she's wanting to come back, and everybody's like, nope.
That's something everyone agrees on. It's like, no,
which is nice. I'm glad that everybody agrees on that she does not need to come back here.
Yo, man, it's like, she reminds me of the person who brings pretzels to the cookout.
Yes.
And wonder why she's not invited.
Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe she needs, maybe her husband needs some child support paid.
Yeah, one of the 4 or whatever she has. Well, they're all dead.
She has 4 kids?
No, she had like 4 husbands.
Really?
They're all dead.
Oh, no shit. I'm not surprised.
Every time one died, she remarried. And I guess at the end, she finally had a kid.
Are you bullshitting me or is this real?
She's married. She's been married for 3 times. I don't know if the current husband is alive or not, but she's been married 3 or 4 times. They each died. And with this most current one, she had a kid with. And now she has a kid. I don't know if the husband's still alive. I doubt it since he's probably dead. Or he's still fighting the good fight,
Is that the parents I feel sorry for the parents too, because
on
one side on one side it's like, you fucked up. I didn't do anything to make you turn out like this.
That's the thing is like every 18-year-old makes dumb mistakes, but that's a pretty good mistake to go to join a terrorist organization.
Yeah, this goes beyond dumb.
Yeah. It's like, I feel bad for the parents because, I'm sure every parent feels this when you turn 18 and you make a dumb decision. It's like, well, I tried so hard to teach you things for 18 years, and you made this dumb decision. With them, it's like, I tried so hard, but you joined a terrorist organization. I don't know if I can help you.
If I was the parent, I'd bring her back just to beat the shit out of her. I'd be like,
I wouldn't. I'd just cut ties if you can and go into hiding. Don't change your name or something. Hopefully nobody recognizes you.
You're doing it the nice Southern way. I'm doing it the angry Central Vietnam way.
Move somewhere where nobody knows who you are. Change your name, and hopefully everybody forgets it. You disown your daughter.
No,
hopefully you've already done that because she's joined a terrorist organization. Hopefully you've already done that. I know it's hard, I'm sure, but hopefully you've done that.
God, you're too reasonable. You're too much of a Southern gentleman.
Yeah. Trying to be nice here.
Me, it's like, nah, bring her back home. I got the wooden spoon. Someone's about to get her ass whooping.
If they brought her back home, I feel like she'd get killed so fast.
She would.
She'd get killed so fast.
Man, it's crazy. Would she have to register? Like, you know how sex offenders get registered?
Oh, that's good. Oh,
that'd be hilarious.
Terrorist.
Yo, imagine moving.
You could look up how many terrorists are in your neighborhood.
Yo, imagine that, dude. Imagine in your apartment complex, you get this letter in the mail say, "Oh, by the way, there's a registered ISIS member,
former ISIS member living in 22B,
living on your floor."
Yeah,
have a good day.
Yeah, have a good day. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be real nice.
That'd be real nice.
It's just like, well, shit.
I don't know. Yeah, hopefully she doesn't come back. It sounds like it's a resounding no from people all the way up to the government that she's not going to be allowed back in.
I'm pretty sure.
Regardless if she's a U.S. citizen or not, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
you join the other side. I don't care.
I'm waiting for one clickbait journalist article to say, "Oh, she's not being let back in because she's not white." I'm waiting.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for
she's a Muslim. She's
I'm
not
waiting
being
for
let
someone
in.
to pull out a fucking race
Raise
card.
arms.
Where it doesn't matter, dude.
The conservative. It's Trump's America. He's refusing the Muslims.
Even a lot of conservatives.
He's just refusing a terrorist.
Dude, a lot of conservatives I know don't even like Trump.
No, I don't feel either way with Trump. I mean, I don't care at this point. It's just all a show. Either. I didn't think he was going to win in the first place. I don't care at this point.
Yo, I think I already told you. I picked the worst spot because I forgot the election was that night. I chose the worst spot to go to. I was going because it was 50 Cent wing night, but I forgot that night was the election too.
That's right. I remember you telling me that. Yeah, you went to Buffalo Wild Wings on election night in Alabama.
Yo, so I walked in and was like, "Yo, is there a fight going on? Is there a UFC fight?" And I look up
because all it is a bunch of white dudes drinking beer in a bar, and you're like, "Oh, it must be a UFC fight going on right now, right, guys? Yeah, who's fighting?
Who's fighting?
Oh, wait. Oh, it's Trump versus Hillary.
The security of this country. This is what the fight is for. Let's go."
Who's gonna win, Trump or Hillary? I got Trump plus 250.
I just walked in there. I was like, and I just talked to the waiter and said, "Yeah, I picked a bad day to get 50 Cent."
Is there a seat open at the bar? I'll sit over there.
I think I actually got my orders to go because it was getting really uncomfortable in there.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't. Yeah, that was not a smart choice. I'm sure that was real interesting. I'm sure it'd be more interesting like Birmingham. Go to a bar on election night. Especially middle of Birmingham, not like on the outskirts, like middle of Birmingham. Hopefully you get a diverse crowd.
You mean around UAB?
Yeah.
The only reason Birmingham's on the map?
Exactly. You go to the liberal side of the school. Stay away from the engineering side where the smart people are. You go to the liberal side and try to figure out what's happening over there. Well, I've had that conversation with you multiple times.
Well, I feel like
there's two sides to UAB, the left side and the right side. The left side is all engineering kids and math kids. The other side of the school, the right side, is all...
It's pre-med and liberal arts.
Pre-med and liberal arts.
Basically the rest of the campus.
I don't walk over there.
Basically the rest of... I kind of tread between both now. It's kind of interesting.
I don't interact with those kids as much as I can help it.
You're demonizing them,
They all have purple and green hair. You're
demonizing them,
They all wear...
This is the real problem with this country.
It's all like... a hole from the thigh down to the foot. There's no material.
Yo, the funny thing is I see some ugly people doing that too, man.
T-shirts.
It's usually the ugly people trying to do that.
See, all the engineering kids look nice and respectable. You know,
I don't know.
They all got boots on, work boots on, jeans, and a pullover. They all look the same. A bunch of white kids, sure.
What about the smart kids that just dress homeless, but they're really smart?
They don't make it this far.
They might.
There's not one that looks homeless in my group. Not a one. They got their shit together at this point.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. Man. Nobody looks homeless now.
On a random note, do you think you'll... I might get into that whole sneaker flipping thing that TJ's doing.
I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm not a person to do that. I don't know.
Well, I don't care about. I like shoes. I don't care about the shoe culture, but I care about making money.
Money's nice, yes. I mean, it would be very easy just to go, here, TJ, here's $1,000, make me money.
Oh, and
it'd be great if I could just do that. Go, TJ, here's your spending limit with me. You got $1,000 to work with. Spend it, make me money, and you get percentage. It'd be great.
I think I might consider doing something like that.
If you do something like that with TJ, you let me know.
I will let you know. I will
more than happy give him a limit on what he can spend with my money, and then I'll give him commission on it. I don't care. I'll be happy with that. If he's making the money that he's making, sure. I don't have an issue with that if I don't have to do it. I don't feel comfortable doing that because it's just too much stuff. I'd have to learn a whole new thing.
It's just learning a new market. That's all.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a weird It's a market I have no idea about. I know nothing about shoes.
I don't know. I have to talk to him one day about this.
Get into that whole. Sometimes you have to have a bot to buy your stuff and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
What is this, RuneScape?
Well, that's what he said. He said sometimes you got to get a bot to automatically buy your stuff because it's so quick.
That's hilarious.
I don't know anything about that.
My cousin
I don't play RuneScape. I don't know bots.
You never played RuneScape, dude?
I played RuneScape once. Funny story. When I was like probably 10 or 11, we had a manager at work who played RuneScape. And my dad told him, me and my sister were looking at playing RuneScape too. Okay, great.
Oh, your dad was in on it too?
Well, no. He told the manager, hey, my kids are looking at it. Can you help them out some? The manager said, yeah, sure. I can send them, I can give them a bunch of stuff to get them going. Why not? Who cares? Just some BS. So we go into RuneScape, log in, create an account, do all that stuff. And then we go, the guy sends us a bunch of stuff. And it's a bunch of stuff. It's like rare, all these cool weapons, a bunch of money, all this stuff, right? Well, we just started, so we got all that stuff from him. We walked around. He said, well, all right, well, now you have to, I think you have to, put in a bank or something, right? To, store it?
Yeah.
So it doesn't get looted or whatever, if you die, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, now you have to go to wherever it is and store it so you don't lose it. So we're like, okay, great. So we start walking, and then we get killed. And then we get looted, and we lose everything.
Oh, yeah, he took you to the wilderness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, that's so hilarious.
And then that was the extent of my RuneScape experience. We lost everything, and I was like, okay, I'm done. That was fun for half an hour.
You got fucking scammed.
Yep. It's it was good for half an hour. Time to move on to the next thing. Go back to Age of Empires. This sucks.
I never got into those kind of games, dude. Those RTS games.
Best games in the world.
I suck at them, dude. I just take my time and then I just get Zerg rushed. But because I played a lot of online.
Oh.
Because I would take my time just building up my time.
Yeah, that's what I did. But you didn't have that issue with computer. I never played online as a kid. I just played against computers.
Oh,
I played up the difficulty.
I played online. That was it.
Oh, I didn't know how to do any of that as a kid. Connect online and all that. I didn't realize I had wireless internet until 8th grade in middle school.
Yo, the dumbest thing I did as a kid when there's this game called Gran Turismo 3, and I didn't know that you could do races to earn money in game. So what I kept trying to do is shove quarters into my PS2.
Okay, that's pretty bad. That's
this was when I was in first grade, though.
That's still pretty bad.
It was bad.
I mean, you put quarters.
But you have to keep in mind, dude, we were broke as shit.
I mean, that's a good point.
We didn't know anything.
That's a good point.
That was the first gaming console we actually had in the house.
Really? Really?
A PS2 was when I was in first grade. That was the first time, we got a decent house and we started, getting all this stuff because, know, I didn't know shit. This might have been when I was in kindergarten. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess it didn't work.
No, it didn't work. It took me a while to realize that I had to go and race.
So how many quarters did it take before you put them in there and then you had... Well, how did you get them out?
I had a screwdriver. I just opened up I opened up the PS2 and just took it out. It's funny because I did something as stupid. As
But then you had enough sense to get a screwdriver and unscrew the pull, everything, and get it out.
Yeah. When as soon as the quarter went in, I realized, this is not what you're supposed to do.
I don't think this will work.
So I snuck into the garage, got this Phillips head screwdriver. I waited for my parents to go to sleep, and then I just sat there and just worked out and got the quarter out. That's how smart I was. I was dumb enough to put a quarter in, but for some reason,
smart enough to get a screwdriver and screw it. It's pretty good. So PS2 was your first one?
Yeah, man. And then we got a Nintendo 64.
So you got a PS2, then you went to N64?
Let me see. Hang on. I might be getting my years wrong.
N64 came way before PS2.
I'm getting my years wrong. Hang on a second.
N64 came way before. I can look up the years real quick.
Yeah, look it up real quick.
N64 came way before because you got to think N64 had cartridges.
Right.
PS2 had discs.
Right.
Cartridges came before disc.
I don't know, dude. Because
you may have gone back and got an N64.
That's just my memory. My memory is inaccurate. All I remember is when I was really young, I was trying to shove quarters into a PS2. It was not in third grade. It was definitely when I was younger. Who knows? I might have been that stupid for a while. Who knows?
So, N64 was released in September of 96 in America.
Okay.
PS2 was first released in March of 2000.
So this was when I was a kindergarten.
4-year difference. So it was a kindergarten. So you don't know. You could have gotten a PS2 then an N64 for whatever reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
My first was an N64, then we got a GameCube, and then we got a PS2.
I remember the GameCube.
PS2 was my last one before got into the whole online stuff.
GameCube was fun. I loved Luigi's Mansion and Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
That's a good stuff, man.
That Smuggler's Run, Army Men.
Army Man. Yeah, I still see that case laying around in your basement when I come over.
There's like 10 of them. So I bought all the Army Men games.
That's funny.
They're great. That company's now defunct.
Of course they're defunct.
Yeah. They put all their money into Army Men. It died real young.
Let me invest all my money into Saturn vehicles.
Let's make a company that only makes Army Men games. That sounds great. Good job.
How often? When's the last time you went shooting, dude?
A while ago.
A while ago?
Which I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm thinking about doing that over spring break.
Ooh, that sounds fun, dude.
Depending on when everybody has time off and if I get time off.
Well,
my spring break starts next week. So I got to hit up the group chat to see when people have days off, and hopefully I can get a day off because that's what I want to do. I either want to go shooting because I got new guns. I want to go shooting.
You got new guns?
Well, not since you've been there, but I haven't gone. I haven't shot the ones I bought last year. I haven't had time to go shoot those.
I thought you shot your M1 a little bit.
Once in the backyard.
One random bullet.
One round in the backyard. That does not count. I need to shoot all my ammo.
How much do 30-06 rounds cost anyway?
I don't remember. They're not cheap.
No, of course
they're not stupid money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's either I'm going to go shooting or play poker.
Poker sounds fun.
Yeah, so it just kind of depends on what everybody's schedule is.
I don't feel like getting my shoulders knocked off.
It ain't that bad. We may just, depending on what everybody does, we may just go shooting during the day and go play poker at night.
That might seem fun.
I don't care.
I'd be down for a $50 game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay.
Yeah, big roller this time. We're grown adults.
Oh, everybody's got money.
We're all working.
I don't know about Daniel. He's working for the government.
Daniel's got money. Daniel's got money.
Well, he works for the government. There's no telling. He went all those months without getting paid, possibly.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He did get paid, but,
And he does have
it's government money. It may not spend the same.
And TJ has money because he's fucking sneaky.
We know TJ has money because he's put it in the group chat.
Yes.
We have proof that he has plenty of money to waste right now.
Plenty. Ladies, he's not single, but I will post this.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll post his number publicly.
Post his Insta, his number, and his Twitter. Hit him up. He's got plenty of money.
I don't think he has Instagram anymore.
Does he? I don't get on there.
No, but
Does he not?
yeah, his girlfriend's been a really positive influence on him, surprisingly.
So getting rid of Insta was a good thing for him?
Yeah, it was, because you're
don't know.
away from the internet, dude.
I mean, yeah, that's probably not a bad thing. Less time you're on the internet.
Yeah, dude. Hang on. Let me fix something.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's got plenty of money. Sean should have some. He works a lot. Daniel, I'm not sure on. He's like I said, he's a government worker. Who knows?
Is the government
There's
still
no
shut down?
telling. Either he's rich or he's broke. There's no telling with those people.
Is the government still shut down? I'm gonna get shit.
No, but you don't know how but that's the thing. When that government shut down, everybody's going, well, I don't have any money. It's like, how? You work for the government. You're overpaid. There's no way going a month without pay made you bank account go to zero. There's no way.
Well, some people
unless
have
you're fiscally unresponsible, which
Yes.
obviously you are, or you're lying. So don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, you're a dumbass.
Yeah, this is the podcast that'll get me shut down, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen.
Well,
Feel
no,
free to
well,
post me on Facebook.
Re-elect Trump. It won't get shut down. This is Trump's America. Like I said in the group chat, look, we just keep electing Trump, make him dictator for life. We'll see what happens. He's not going to last that long. He's like 20 years. We'll see what happens with a dictator.
Yeah, the big problem.
Everybody else is doing it. North Korea,
the
Vietnam.
the
I'm sure they
funniest,
do it.
dude. The funniest argument I've seen against
the Philippines dude kills people.
yeah. The funniest
Publicly,
argument I've
he
heard
admits
against
to killing
Donald,
people.
not Donald Trump, but Bernie Sanders is saying he's gonna die when he's in office because he's
Exactly,
like
yeah.
88 years old.
So whoever Bernie puts as his vice president, that's who you're voting for.
yeah, man.
Bernie's gonna die election day. Or no, not election, inauguration day, like that one president. Who's that one? There's that one president who gave a speech on inauguration. It was raining. He gave the speech still. He got pneumonia, then he died.
I heard of this, but I don't
forget
know
what
who.
president. That's gonna be Bernie. He's gonna get elected, give a speech. He's gonna be so cold, he's gonna die.
Yo, there have been some presidents who are just fucking badasses about it. Remember when Reagan got shot? Not remember, but you heard about when Reagan got shot. And then he gave a speech somewhere, and then a balloon popped, and then in the middle of his speech, he says, "Oh, you missed me," and he just continues the speech.
That's what I'm saying. People don't do that these days. Trump would elect him. Trump would.
Didn't Teddy Roosevelt get shot?
Teddy Roosevelt went to war.
Yeah, I'm saying during his speech. I know he went to war.
I don't know if he did, but I'm sure he did when he went to war.
No shit. No shit, Austin.
Teddy Roosevelt is the ideal man. The guy went to war. He got elected president. He was a hunter. He was a naturalist. The dude's a man's man.
He was in the cavalry, wasn't
Yes. He was the cavalry in the Spanish-American War.
he? Ooh.
The dude is a BA. He's a man's man.
And he's got that killer mustache
Exactly.
and a monocle, or do he wear
He'll
glasses?
kill you in a heartbeat. And he doesn't give a shit because he's the president. He can do it. Who cares?
There was apparently a story where he got shot and he didn't even notice until he went home. Or was that Reagan?
Who knows? I don't know. That probably makes sense for both of them.
I don't know, because
Reagan probably know. Teddy Roosevelt, he's kind of bigger. He may have got shot.
yeah,
Like,
because
oh,
I just remember hearing about a
just a
story.
mosquito. Who
Just
knows?
a mosquito sting.
Just a mosquito.
Just an extremely
I
large.
got used to those down in the war.
Just an extremely large mosquito.
Yeah, who cares?
Oh, whoops! This is a 30-06 that just landed.
Yeah, who cares? Throw some whiskey on it, it'd be fine. Throw some dirt and whiskey.
Man, have you noticed that a lot of American people love going for Asians?
Who doesn't?
Well, okay.
Asians-
Let me
what do you
read.
mean?
Let me
What do you
read.
mean? Is
Yo,
this like
yo, let me reword this. Let me reword this.
Like
Hey,
a recent discovery that people like Asian women.
yo, let me reword this. Okay, when I say Asians, I mean Asian women, not Asian men.
Yeah, you're
Asian
still,
men are
is this a
undesirable
recent
as fuck.
Is this a recent discovery you've made that everybody likes Asian women?
I'm trying to have a discussion, Austin.
They're small, they're dainty, they're hot. Who cares? They're amazing.
And they have values.
Sure. We'll get to that. Yeah, that's down the list. Yes, they have values. Sure.
You're sitting here ruining my conversation, Austin.
They have values, but this is not a recent discovery.
Here's a
Look
shitty
at anime
segue.
for the past however many years.
Man, yeah, 3D women are disgusting.
Sure.
Yeah, 3D women are disgusting.
There's
I
a
can't-
reason why all animes are all Asian women.
I can't wait.
No white women.
I can't wait for someone to take these clips out of context.
Good
Someone,
luck.
someone's gonna do it.
Look, mine's gonna be the Trump dictator for life.
Trump dictator, anime women for life.
Anime women for life.
It's gonna be this shitty fucking jank Final Cut Pro edit.
Ugh. It's gonna be awful.
Do you think the put the mic up to you again? My bad. Make sure it's just pointed toward you. Awesome. Do you think the quality of Americans is declining, whether it's men or women?
I don't think so.
What makes you say that?
Because we have lots of money, lots of information, lots of technology. I don't think it's declining. In terms of what do you mean, like quality of life?
Not quality of life, quality of people. Quality of
the
character.
quality of people is shit. People are pieces of shit.
That changed quick.
The quality of life is great.
Yeah.
We're probably the most relaxed people have been in history. Well, we are the most relaxed people have been in history. But we're all pieces of shit. We're all terrible people.
Yeah, man. I mean,
we're awful. I think it's only exasperated by the fact that I can look at you every single day, every minute of the day, because you post stuff online. I think it's made it worse because I think people have always been shitty, but I think with social media is that you can really see how shitty that person is. Like before, like in high school per se, like me and you weren't the ideal people, right? But no. I didn't know what you did outside of school or video games, right? I didn't know what you did outside of that.
No.
Now I do. Now I know how more shitty you are. Back then, it was just like, oh, it's whatever. Now it's like, well, I can see how bad you are every minute of the day.
Yeah, you would only have to deal with that dickhead for a few hours
for a few hours, and then that's it. And I don't think about it anymore unless I'm playing video games with them.
I think people.
But now I can look at you every single second of the day and be reminded of how bad of a person you are.
I think just I'll start with men first. I think the quality of men has dropped down a lot. Talking about, how to say, what it means to be a man, right? That's gotten morphed and kind of destroyed in today's environment, in my opinion. Because what's that shit that gets thrown around a lot? Toxic masculinity?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. How's it? Fuck. You know how many people I know don't know how to change the tire?
Probably a lot. I mean,
it's crazy to think about, man.
I mean, I probably would have to spend a second to look at it, but eventually you'd figure it out. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, yeah, people don't know how to do things practically anymore.
Not only that, man, it's just there.
I mean, that's not a bad thing per se. I mean, you can YouTube everything.
Right, you can YouTube.
I had to replace, I hit my mirror on the side of my truck. I hit it on something. I had to replace it. I just Googled it. YouTube, how to replace mirror on a truck, on my model truck. And then I was like, okay, done.
No, but I'm saying some people don't even do that.
Well, that's their fault.
Yeah.
I can't help stupid.
That's what I'm trying to go at.
I mean, that's the thing.
I feel like I'm attacking this rare breed of people that doesn't exist, and I'm just trying to have a conversation.
I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know. There are people out there that just cannot fend for themselves. That's true.
We need another. No, we don't. We need another. We need something to test humanity again.
Of another world war?
No, not another war.
That's what you're saying. That's what you were hesitating on.
No, I'm not.
I agree wholeheartedly. I've had this thought many times. Another world war, that weed out all your problems. Population problems, food problems, energy problems, and society as a whole. That would eliminate a lot of problems. You got to think, World War I killed a lot of people. It led to World War II, which was shitty, but that was because of government.
Right.
World War II killed a lot of people. Look at us now. We're number one. Look at us now. Look at us now. We're number one. So, yes, another world war, be great. Us versus Korea, do it.
I think it's just...
Do it. We bring in China, right? A lot of people. We beat them too. The Soviet Union, Russia gets involved.
The Soviet Union comes back.
Same thing.
Just comes back from
It's
the
all
dead.
the same. It's still the Soviet Union.
Cheeky breaky. Stolen.
They get involved. Then NATO gets involved because they get involved, and we have another world war. We're good to go.
I just think
We take out Korea,
look, people just need to have perspective on things.
take out China, kill a bunch of people, eliminates a lot of problems. What we really need is a war with India. India's got a shit ton of people, and they all live in hell. they
What?
They don't have running water, they don't have plumbing, they don't have electricity.
Yeah, they shit in the
They all
sheets.
shit in the fucking same river, and they all take a bath in that same river that they're taking shits in. And that's they're wondering why they're all dying and they're all sick.
I can't
Well, it's
wait
'cause
for
you
this
don't-
part.
It's because none of you eat meat and none of you take showers. That's why.
I can't wait for that whole clip to get taken out of context.
Whatever. Look. India's got a bunch of people. You can weed them out.
Yo. We're talking about
India and China.
I like to call this the Jenga tower theory, where with great change in extreme look, if you yank out a brick, the tower is gonna fall, right?
Yes. But if you're the one taking out the brick, you're fine. Examples: World War I, World War II. We took out the brick. Look at us now.
Oh my god,
We're fine because we took out the brick.
Yo, how did
We're the one with the sledgehammer.
Yo, how did I go from the
We're not the
quality of
tower.
American men and women are declining to how we're gonna control the population in the world?
Another world war. That's how.
Oh god.
Look, man, it's going to happen eventually.
Well,
It's just a matter of, is Trump going to take us there or not? Who knows? Some liberal they ain't going to do it. They ain't got the balls. Look, Trump for the next 20 years, he'll piss somebody off enough
for
to
the
cause
next
a war.
20 years.
Next 20 years, because that's all he's got in him. He's eating Mickey D's every night. We've seen on his Twitter, every time he invites a new state champion, he eats Mickey D's with them. He's eating that every single night. He's going to die in 20 years. That gives us enough time for him to piss some country off and start a war.
Yo, I can't wait for this whole segment to be taken out of context.
Good luck. It's all valid arguments. Good luck. It's all painting me in a great light.
Well, hello, Alex Jones. Thank you for joining the podcast. Oh man, we went from you shitting on my Asian women are valued in this society argument.
No, I'm not shitting on it. I'm saying you are right, but I'm just saying that
Man,
it's not a recent discovery.
man,
It's not a recent, like, and all of a sudden we like Asian women.
fuck that. Let's just go to a different subject.
Everybody likes Asian women. And into the argument there. What's your next topic?
Oh man,
What's a good segue for that?
there
What's
is
a
no good segue
exactly.
for that. That's
What's
just
a good segue?
That's a
Do
disaster.
we want to talk video games? Because I can talk video games all night.
Yeah, we could talk
You
some
wanna
video games.
You played Apex yet?
Apex, yeah, I played it.
I haven't.
It's fun. It's a well-made game.
It looks good.
It's a well-made game because it's Respawn Entertainment.
Yeah, they make good stuff. Titanfall was good. Nobody played Titanfall 2.
Which is unfortunate because it's a good game.
I
too.
heard it was a great game, but
Mhm.
nobody just knew about it.
Well, because it got released and basically it got released around the time all the other hard hitters got released.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know, you can't do it. You want what like they did on Apex. You just put it out there randomly and see if it hits.
From what I heard, the CEO at Respawn, even though EA had money into it, the CEO at Respawn, in a nutshell, just told EA to fuck off and say, we'll do whatever we want to do. Just give me the money.
Oh,
And EA
well, that makes sense. EA wasn't involved and a good game was made. That makes sense.
Well, except, the microtransactions, but companies got to make games.
They got to make money.
They got to
That's
make
fine.
money. Yeah.
There's a difference between that and microtransactions make your game.
I feel sorry for you. You bought Battlefield 5.
Haven't played it since probably end of November.
I don't get why they keep making unfinished products and they keep pushing it out, dude.
If they would accept my refund, I would send in a refund request. I put too many hours into it.
Dang.
So I've not played it since November of last year. Before they came out with their first Tides of War update, whenever that was.
Man.
So
Going from the good
awful.
memories from Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 to just see the shambles and the
it's
shit
so
show.
awful.
Yeah.
I've been watching Bad Company 2 videos lately. Miss that so much.
That was so much fun, dude.
It's so good.
When
It came out in like February or March. when nothing came out in February or March, and it just hit. It was great.
God.
And it came out, all their DLC was free, which was weird. Made no sense. You bought So you bought the deluxe edition, and then which didn't cost extra, as far as I know, and then you get all the DLC for like the next year for free for no reason.
Yeah.
Besides, they were just dumb.
That was weird.
Yeah. So but it was great.
And who did we play with a lot? It was you, me. It was Andrew,
and then 10. That was about it. Everybody else. Brandon Crane hopped on a handful of times, somewhat, and then I think Sean got on there a handful of times.
Yeah,
but a consistent squad was us four for the most part. Well, not even you. I mean, we didn't play with you a whole bunch.
Well, maybe
not at the beginning.
Y'all played. I played with you guys a lot.
Me and Andrew was the consistent squad,
right? But you two did play a lot more than me.
That's true, 100%. We had a competition between the two of us for platinum stars on our weapons.
I think what happened was I was marching season and I was in the band.
That too, yeah, you were in band. We had jack shit to do. It was go to school, do your homework, and then play Bad Company 2 or Modern Warfare 2 the rest of the night. You had band. We had nothing besides.
I don't think I really played unless it was
playing
weekends.
Games. Yeah,
because I had some school stuff to do.
That was probably the best time in terms of video games. Like 8th or 9th grade, because you had 8th grade. You had MW2 came out in the fall,
right?
And then Bad Company 2 came out in the spring of that following year. And I remember, like, during the summer, I'd wake up at like 8 a.m., play till dinner time at like 5.
Oh, God.
Eat dinner, and then go back downstairs and play till like 2 in the morning.
I remember.
And then wake up and do the same thing the next day.
I remember the first week I had, I bought a PS3 and I got Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And that was my schedule. Wake up at 8 in the morning, play, get lunch, play, eat dinner.
Yeah.
Play till good to sleep.
I would just eat down there. Like lunch, I'd make myself like a half a peanut butter sandwich, throw some chips on a plate, and I'd take it right back downstairs so I could eat while I was playing.
Yeah, man.
It was stupid.
Crazy. Now when I think about it, I can't put that much hours into it anymore.
I play like 2 hours of video games a week.
Not because I don't have time. It's just because I can't put myself through that. I don't know if you feel that way.
What do you mean? Like
sometimes you get a lot of free time, but I can't play games for that long, if that makes sense. Like after it took, when I was younger, 8-hour session, nothing. But now, hour and a half, I think I might take a break or call it a night.
I'm kind of at that. I'm like 2.5 hours. It's kind of my max, and then I'm kind of done. Roughly, yeah. Because, whether I'm playing a shooter or a strategy game, 2.5 hours is probably about as far as I can go. After that, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Nah, dude, I feel you.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's a matter of it's keeping my attention or if it's just like I feel like I need to be doing something else.
I feel like it's a combination of both for me.
Yeah. Because, like, with my schedule now, all I get is Tuesday nights.
Right.
All I can do is play, like, 2.5 hours, and then I was like, all right, I got to go to bed. I don't have time. But even then, I don't feel like, I want to play through the night. I don't feel like, I'm going to stay up late and play. I'm just like, all right, I hit a good point. I'm good. I'm out.
Nah, dude. I totally understand that.
Yeah. It's just not enough time. Yeah. That 8th, 9th grade was great.
It was, dude. Man, Andrew was crazy, man. I think one time we were playing airsoft in the neighborhood, right? And I just remember this old lady peeking through the window, and she was freaking out because she saw Andrew just brandishing an airsoft gun, which looked like a Glock, by the way. For the listeners, there was airsoft guns. Some of them look like real guns. That's all I'm saying. It's not the shit you get at Walmart. It's the stuff you order online and they'll ship it to you. But I just remember this old lady freaking out because she saw Andrew just pointing his airsoft pistol at like her door. It's like, which is crazy, man.
So going on that, let me paint a scene of we we used to play at his place a whole bunch, and we got real serious in it. So we had a bunch of guns that we bought online. They all looked real. We had like Andrew had an M60, I had a Thompson, On had like an M4, had some guys with some snipers and some M16s. And one day we played for a couple hours, and some of us were all geared out with camo and everything. And then we were going to like walk home to Andrew's house, which is down the road. So the painting the scene here is you have about like 6, 7 teenage guys all camoed out with guns, that now we took the orange tips off our guns.
Yeah.
Or we painted them, whatever we did. I took mine off. So it's a bunch of dudes with a bunch of guns that look real walking in a neighborhood at like 4:00 in the afternoon.
That wasn't a short walk either.
It was like a 10-minute walk. I don't know what the hell those neighbors thought.
I don't know what the hell we were thinking. I don't know what we were thinking, man.
We didn't give a shit. We were like, whatever. Man, we look badass. Who cares?
Man, but that was such a different
me.
That was such a different time, though.
Oh yeah, 100%. Nowadays, I don't know if you could do that.
I don't know.
I feel like you get somebody calling somebody. Of course, somebody did call the cops on Andrew once because of our airsoft.
I'm not surprised.
Which was an amazing story.
Was it because of airsoft or was it because of Andrew?
It's because of it was a combo. Airsoft caused Andrew to do something.
Uh-oh.
And that caused somebody to call the cops. So one time I wasn't there to play. So it's apparently one time they played airsoft and they did search and destroy.
Yeah. Oh.
So Andrew had a cardboard box he painted black to act as the bomb, right?
Oh.
So they were playing out in the woods in the neighborhood. They played, and Andrew left the black box out in the woods. Well, apparently the box was put along a path where people walk and take their dogs, apparently.
Big old oof.
So somebody called the bomb squad because they thought it was a bomb out in the middle of the woods. And so apparently on the box, it still had like a address. It was like an Amazon box or whatever. So it had an address to Andrew's house. Oh, so the guy brought it to the guy's house, to Andrew's house, and he said, I need to talk to Andrew so-and-so on this box. He goes like, we were playing airsoft. We were playing airsoft, it's not a bomb. It's an empty box. He said, all right, let me just make sure you're not doing this ever again. Yes, sir.
Dang, dude.
Somebody called the bomb squad because they saw a black box in the middle of the woods. That was 10 years ago?
That was a while ago now.
That was like 10 years ago. Imagine now what they would do.
Oh, shit. You'd be popular. You'd be popping on national news. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that'd be front page news everywhere.
Yeah, dude. They'll think that the girl came back from ISIS and
yeah, exactly. They should put a bomb in the woods in Hoover. So, the ISIS girl came back. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. It's over.
God.
Yo, dude.
Imagine that now. That'd be crazy.
Man, how much longer do you think you're gonna stay in Alabama?
I don't know. Probably not. Depending on what we do for pizza. Depends. If the stuff goes that we're wanting to, we'll move up to Tennessee. I think I'd rather live in probably Tennessee.
Tennessee's not bad.
Georgia, I don't think I could do. Florida, I can't do.
Why not? Why not Georgia?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I think it's too much happening right now.
You talking about Atlanta?
Yeah. Atlanta's, it's not like, my dad said this a whole bunch. It's not like Birmingham. Birmingham, it's got there's boundary lines that only go so far.
Right.
Atlanta just keeps growing. There's no boundary. Like there's nothing to stop it from growing. There's no natural barriers to say, all right, well, Atlanta stops here. It just keeps going.
I see.
So, I don't think I could do Georgia.
Wait, you and your dad are planning on moving eventually?
If the stuff works out that we want to up in Tennessee, then we'll move up to Tennessee. Up around the Chattanooga area.
Man, everyone's thinking about moving.
I mean, Alabama's not a great place. There's nothing to do here, and it's a whole bunch of hicks. That's all it is.
Well, it's a good place to retire. Well,
look,
when you're talking about a place like,
yeah, it's probably a decent. It's cheap to live, and it's you can
like
find somewhere.
Alabaster, Hoover, Birmingham, your Vestavia Hills. I mean, they're not bad places.
No,
to live.
it's not a bad place to live at all. But I think living here for 20-something years, I want to see something else.
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking.
I don't
want to
live up north. I ain't living with them Yankees. No, I don't want to live up north. But I feel like I could probably do Tennessee. Probably as far as up as I want to go. It's not too bad. When
you're talking about north, what north are you talking about? You must be thinking of New York.
Well, yes. That's generally what I associate with.
Well, because a lot of north is like,
there.
I
mean, you can
New York is the extreme north.
Yes. Look, but that's all I got to base off because I've been there. I mean, beyond that, I haven't gone.
You got a place like
I mean, yes, I understand that's the extreme, but I don't know. Alabama is nice because of the weather. You don't have a lot of cold. I think going to Tennessee would be a decent change where it's going to be a little bit colder during the winter months, but it's still going to be pretty warm.
I've been thinking
New York, I don't know. I mean, it was during the summer. It is still pretty warm up there, but it's like
it's fucking hot up there, dude.
It is. It's but during the winter, all that snow, I don't think I'd like that. I don't like snow.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot because I feel like the programming jobs or the opportunities here in Birmingham, there's not that much, and not even a lot of audio related opportunities here. So I've been thinking maybe Atlanta is more realistic. Texas. Austin.
Texas, yeah,
it's good. I mean, people think Texas is like a bunch of hillbillies. No, it's pretty
Texas,
balanced.
Yeah, Texas is pretty neutral. Yeah, Texas probably wouldn't be a good bad thing, not at all.
And if push comes to shove, New York or California, because
California, that'd be great. You'd fit in well in California.
I feel like look. Even though I don't
bulky Asian man like yourself,
even though I don't politically align with a lot of people who live in California, it's a nice place. I don't mind it. It's
where?
Orange County, where all the Asians
where
are.
all the white and the Asian people live. Not L.A. or Sacramento.
Sacramento's not too bad. You ever been?
It'd be nice to go to California, just see what it's like.
I wouldn't go to LA, that's for sure. I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if I had to go to work in New York, I'd probably have to stay somewhere in New Jersey instead.
Yeah,
which wouldn't be that bad. Because I'm not paying $2,000 out the ass to stay in like a little box again.
Yeah, again.
Well. I don't know, man. I've been thinking a lot lately. I've been thinking a lot about getting to a point where I have my own place or a home. I'm also thinking about, my work and is it going to be stable or is it going to be all over the place or is it going to be a bunch of temp work or contracting stuff? I don't know. Just been a lot of stuff I've been thinking of.
Yeah.
And the fact, we're still young and we still got the world to see. There's so much out there. And I'm done with Alabama in a nutshell. I mean, there's not much here.
No.
Anymore.
There's really not. No, there's not a lot going on here.
Man, I don't know. I wish I had that. I wish I had like the financial freedom and the ability just to go on a big road trip out to the Midwest, man.
It's great. Oh, the Midwest?
Yeah, the Midwest.
Yeah. You need to go out west.
Yeah. Midwest is
Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado. Nevada. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I want to go to Zion National Park because I heard it's gorgeous there.
Everything out there's it's gorgeous
because it's untouched.
Also,
it's untouched.
Yeah, it's untouched, and also gives you. I think it humbles you a little bit. Like
the Grand Canyon will.
Grand Canyon will humble your ass like nothing else.
Yo, when you get to a point where there are some parts in the park where you could literally walk up to the edge if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, you could jump off easy.
Yeah, that'll humble you real quick, dude.
Yeah, you look straight down and you're like, oh, that puts you in your place. Yeah, it really does. The stuff out it's insane. It's beautiful.
Same.
I could live out there. I could probably do Colorado.
I might be able to just for a few years.
I think New Mexico, Nevada, and Arizona are probably a little too dry, but Colorado, I could do.
Oh yeah, Colorado's gorgeous. That's another place I want to visit too.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out there. All that stuff.
It's like a weird mix of laid back people and normal people.
Yeah.
You go out too west, now you start getting into the really laid back and freaky weird people.
Yeah, yeah.
I hated Vegas though, man.
Really?
I hated it.
I feel like Vegas. I feel like you could only go there for a couple of days, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know how people live there that don't have unless you're just forced to. I don't know.
Or you own a casino.
Yeah. I don't know how you could. I don't know. Yeah, a couple of days, and it's probably about all you want.
That's probably how some people feel about New York as well.
Yeah, probably.
Well, depending on where you live, because there are some really nice livable areas in New York that are bad, like the Bronx. Bronx is bad. I'm saying stay the fuck away from Bronx.
Uh-huh.
Man, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up. And is there anything else you want to talk about? I think we covered everything we are going to talk about. Even went on some rambles, had some good clips. Talk about the Third World War.
Yeah, that'll be great. I hope that gets clipped.
Oh man.
Oh, somebody puts that up.
Oh, do you think gambling should be legal in Alabama?
Yes.
Here's my thing.
No, it's all a matter of corruption. It's bull. It's a whole bunch of bull. Because all it is, you can go on our interstate right here, and there's a advertisement on a board for a casino in Biloxi, Mississippi, across state lines. When there's a casino down the road in Winona, an Indian casino right down there. So it doesn't make any sense, or not Winona, Wetumpka. It doesn't make any sense. Make gambling legal.
Well,
also have a state lottery.
Well, here's my thing, right? I think life is a gamble. So I find it funny when they just try to criminalize something that everyone does anyway. It's like, you're going to tell me that taking out a loan is not a gamble? Yeah. You're going to tell me getting a mortgage for a house is not a gamble? Come on, man. It's the same shit.
The thing is, you can gamble in Mississippi, but you can't in Alabama. That means we're behind Mississippi. That's pretty bad.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
That's pretty bad.
Just
if we're behind Mississippi, that's pretty bad.
Dude, Mississippi's #1 in obesity and worst public education, right?
We're like #2.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, that's good for us because we're #2. That's good. We're not #1.
It's a race to not be in last place
exactly.
Right now.
For us, that's what it is. So, yes, we need to legalize gambling. I don't want to have to drive all the way down to the Indian casino in Wetumpka to go gamble.
Oh, man.
It sucks.
Well, Austin, thanks for coming by. It's been a 2-hour episode, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no
Didn't
problem.
Feel like 2 hours. It felt good.
It was good, fun conversation, dude. Probably a bunch of controversial stuff we'll blow up over.
Hope it ruffles some feathers.
It might, dude. It probably will. I piss off people just by talking anyway, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, let's wrap this up, man. Thanks for coming out, Austin. See ya.
Thanks for having me.